just put in good soil to start with good compost. I went, yeah. When you see potting soil in the store, is that potting soil? Soil? No, most of the time it's just organic matter. So, which decomposes over time. It's a media, it's an organic media. So lots of times we say potting media, we don't say potting soil. But you know what, use a little bit of soil. Soil holds moisture, and when you put in compost in with the soil, it's going to hold a lot more moisture. Problem is, it's heavy. So if you have a big container, please make sure it's on wheels, or you have some friends who can move it for you. But compost, leachate, and tea, simple compost, these long chains of compost in the leachate, or if you make the tea with the organic biological agents, then that also helps with reducing water. All right, essentially, this is the end of the program. Dr. Parsons, and I usually put it underneath here, it comes up on the PowerPoint, you can do fancy things, you can put, need some relief. So, that's essentially the program. There's a handout I gave you, and it talks about all the plants you could use in a courtyard situation. You know, and you can see it's an extensive list. By no means complete list. You can think of some others. One that's not on there, if you are sharp, you may have noticed, there are no, what on there? It's grass too, yeah. Oak was good. No, annuals. There are no annuals. I've kind of left that off there because I want to emphasize perennials. They tend not to use a lot of water, or they can withstand drought, so if you miss a couple waterings, it's not going to be a problem. Tend to emphasize perennials. If you are looking for annuals, and you want to develop this concept of the Spanish courtyard, what I suggest is using, well, as a backtrack, geraniums are probably the most important plant you can plant. It's just tradition for a Spanish Italian courtyard to have geranium. But I was thinking a very drought-tolerant plant is the Vinca, periwinkle, Cora. Remember, we're always using Cora. That's the best one, most resistant to aerial phytophthora. Even if you have a bed and you want to have Vincas this summer, and we don't start planting Vincas until, this is not the ground cover, this is the plant. We don't usually do it until June 1st, because it is hot weather plant, hot weather annual. And all the Vincas, we use Cora, C-O-R-A.
Does that come in different colors?
That does come in different colors. I like mixing the pinks and the whites together myself, but and pinks tend to be the most popular. But it does come in red, pink, white, and maybe a purple. I'm not sure.
Yes.
What other questions do you have? Yes, ma'am.
How about tropical plants?
Tropical plants. I have the hibiscus, the bougainvillea, part of Barbados. A lot of these have been slow to develop this year. That is part of the problem. It has been kind of cool. So, and for the past 7 years, you saw the one picture of the bougainvillea. That was in Tobin Hill neighborhood. I haven't gone back to look at it, but I'm pretty sure it's all dead. But it may be coming from the bottom. So yes, it is a problem if you think that the freeze will kill the plant all the way down. 9 times out of 10, it hasn't. The one plant that I saw that really had a problem this year, I should say 2 plants, some of the citrus, and then angel trumpet. Anybody have any surviving angel trumpet? All right, good. Because initially I said, there's no angel trumpet left in the city of San Antonio. But some people said it's coming back. So those are those 4 that I mentioned are the ones that mostly are used in a courtyard situation. Yes, sir.
Mark, you see a lot of gardens. Have you seen any summer pumps for water features?
No, but I've had several phone calls in the past 2 months on those. I think that's a very good way to do it. Because of the limited area in the courtyard, you're not going to collect a lot of energy off the solar pump, but you don't need a whole lot. So I think it's an excellent way to do that. You're just taking the rain collection, or you're taking it from a potable source and just pumping it throughout the yard. What's the way that you're doing it?
Just a water feature.
Just a water feature, even better. Speaking of water features, before anybody jumps on me, technically, as the ordinance stands written now, when we go into drought, all ornamental fountains must be shut off unless they are from total non-potable sources. Now, as you look at me and say, Mark, what about indoor fountains? As it stands right now, currently, as the ordinance is written, yeah, they would be shut down too. We're going to go back and open those up, but now as with everyone and with you all, once the drought has passed, you kind of move on to different things. So I'll have to remind some of my superiors that we were going to look at that. If you have a small fountain inside, it's not causing a real detriment to the water source. We're going to have to look at that. But as it stands right now, yeah, all pumps, even ones that are on solar, if they are using a potable water supply, then they're supposed to be shut off. Was a non-potable water supply, Alamo Restaurant. They run everything from condensate from the refrigerators. So that's how they run all their fountains. They have to have a little sign, but I thought, well, that's pretty cool. But that's how they do it. So you can run it off of rainwater if you had rainwater, and you emptied out all the potable water and filled it all up and continue to have the overflow flow. That's another way of doing it. I just had to add that in before anybody else asked. The preemptive strike. Yes, in the purple.
On your water conserving agents,
Yeah.
what was your point and the bag of
What was my?
Compost. Leachate.
Leachate, compost. Compost or compost leachate, that was really easy to do. And Bob corrected me one time because I was using compost tea interchangeably with compost leachate. Leachate is just, you take the compost, pour the water through, and that's what you get. It's very good. It has a lot of the same elements. But compost tea is actually, you're brewing it with the microbes. So, yeah. What else?